Hey gang, welcome back. I hope everybody's having a good day and Happy New Year's. I meant to make a video the other day on New Year's, but it just got away from me. Well, I didn't realize that I hadn't put this video on yet. It's of me building the shutters the other day. And if you're wanting a real nice set of shutters, maybe this video is a little bit of an instructional video on how to put them together. So I hope y'all enjoy it. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Y'all don't forget the thumbs up and leave me a comment. I enjoy hearing from you. I didn't get to finish putting these together the other day in the video. So I was going to show you kind of how I do this. Now you don't have to do it on a table saw. I've just got a good straight edge right here that I can lock down. And then I've tucked my T-square and draw a straight line up through here. You need one good square edge to work off of, is the simplest way that I've seen to do these. Now on mine, these cross pieces, I'm coming up 8 inches. Making me a mark on each one of these 3. As long as you've got them all butted and they're even on that end, you could just square them across. Either way is the easiest for you. And this piece here is going to set below my 8 inches on both ends. This end I'm coming up 8 inches and setting below it. This end I'm coming up 8 inches and setting below it. That's basically all there is to this. I've got a knot right here that I'm worried about, but I think my Z piece will come up through here and I can glue this knot up to it to hold it in place if it ever gave any trouble. It might not never give any trouble, but it looks like it's trying to loosen up some. So that's what we're going to try to do on it. If it doesn't work out where my Z come across it, I'll probably take and drill a hole in it and put a screw in there to hold it in place. I guess I should check that right now and see before we go any further. It'd be easier to deal with that before I get it stapled into place there. So our Z on this one will come this direction. Yeah, that's going to work perfect. It's going to be up and under that, so it really wouldn't matter if it does come out. It won't never be seen. Now I'm gluing mine. You probably really wouldn't have to do that, but since it is on this new house, I don't want them to ever give any trouble. I really don't think they would anyway, but this is just an extra step of precaution. I usually nail this one on this side, and then I nail the outside one, is the way I do it. You could do it any way you wanted to. Try to split a little bit. That way, it makes it easier to get this spacing right here, which mine is 3/4 of an inch in between there. So we're good right there. This end here, we'll do the same way. Put a little glue on it. Right here is where you have to be real careful. If you didn't see my video from the other day, I was telling you there's a right and a left to these. This one here is going to be on the right side of the window. I want the Z, the bottom of it, kicking towards the window. So you always have to make a right and a left for each window. Some people think you can just flip them over, but that don't work. It has to be made right and left. I'm gonna try to cut that knot out of that. Cedar is real bad to split. Especially around any kind of knots. It's gonna split, or it's gonna try to split, regardless of what you do with it. But I sure don't want knots around it. Now I'll go cut that. We'll get this one fitting, and then we'll mark the top. That's fitting pretty good, but I think I can do just a little bit better. I'm gonna take just a little bit more off of this right here to close that gap up a little. All right, that's fitting a lot better now. Now we'll mark this top. And I usually try to mark it just a little bit long. Oh, that's just about perfect. I believe we're gonna call it perfect. Now what I'm gonna do is take and make a few marks up through here on both sides of it. I'm doing that because I'm using glue. That's perfect. It's still on our straight line here. It's still all pressed against the end, so it should be built perfectly square. That should do it. We'll do a little sanding on these and put the stain on them. See what I'm doing? You see these marks here? Those are some planer marks that got left on them. That's what I'm sanding off. And then right here, there's a few little rough spots. And right here, I'm trying to smooth that down. That way the stain will lay on it and it'll all look pretty well uniform. If you have rough places and slick places, when you put that stain on there, most of the time it'll show different. It'll look different from the slick spot to the rough spot. So that's what I'm doing. Right here is what the stain should look like. This was a scrap piece that I put some on. Always make sure your stain is stirred up good. This one here, it was all settled to the bottom. I had just bought it a few days ago and they shook it up, but it don't take long for that stuff to settle back into the bottom. It was real thick on the bottom. Let's see what this is going to look like. It says it's goof proof. I hope it is. Let's see, I probably need to do the edges first. I think it turned out pretty good. This is the wettest one. I'll show you one back here that's been drying for about 30 minutes. This one here is the driest. Now granted, it's still wet, but it's drier than that one I just showed you. Here's another one. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I thank you for watching. I pray God blesses you. And I'll see you in the next one. We're going to get back to busting some hickory nuts.